Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today we're checking out the band Your Spirit Dies with their album, Our Saints Drown in Ash. A little background on this band is they are a metalcore band out from Columbia, North Carolina, and they've been in the game since about 2019. This is an EP they've released back in 2022 on Force of Reckoning Records. They play a style of early 2000s metalcore with a nice sharpness to it. Very reminiscent and familiar to like bands like Undying or Archangel. If you're fans of those bands, you'll really like this melodic hardcore style they have here. So with that being said, let's get into this review. Starting this song off, we have an eerie guitar solo with some slow beats from the drums to open the song up. There's an echoey spoken word on top of all the instrumentals from the vocalist, and then the song moves right into some sharp metalcore style riffs. And then all I can say is they really channel that early 2000s metalcore style to a T and kind of elevate it too. It's very groovy, very sharp, very crisp. The vocals sound very huge and bold here, and the drums add a lot of, I want to say, texture to the song with how they constantly build everything up. It's a slow and chaotic ending to the song. Overall, it's pretty good.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures
Sharp riffs here, groovy and tight drums, heavy chugs, groovy midpoint in this song, and the riffs are just really fun on this track. They're really having a good time playing here. And towards the end, there's a really mean ass breakdown because of how hard the riffs sound. Ooh, sounds great. The only thing here is the clean vocals. They sound a little bit strained at times, but they kind of go well with the music. But it sounds like the clean vocals are being like kind of pushed really hard. So here's a clip of this song, Sarkarsanat. I don't know how to say that word, but here's a clip. The transition from the last song to this song is pretty good and everything. Very, very clean. The guitar riffs have a very like high soaring feel to it that lead into a slow bass led groove on this song. And the bass sounds really strong, but it could be turned up a bit more. The guest vocalist here goes really hard and sounds perfect on this song. And the breakdown at the end of the song is just so damn catchy. So here's a little clip of Blistered Sentience. Oh, baby. Things went by so fast that I didn't even notice this transition happen, and then I got like a minute into the last song. So I think with the pacing of this particular song, it throws things off because you don't know that a song is happening or an interlude is happening, even though there's some like church noises and some like prayers and fire in the background. It literally like goes past you a little bit. So in terms of overall pacing for the album, I think it kind of throws things off a little bit because you have to like, whoa, is this part of that song, what's going on? So I don't know if that's a big negative thing for me to say, or if that's a dumb thing for me to say, but I just felt like it was a little odd that I didn't know the interlude had played. Here we have some high-pitched guitars, and then as the song goes along, you get more of those feelings of, oh, this is like reminiscent of early 2000s metalcore, especially with the lyrics of how he's saying like 2000 needles and stuff like that. I don't know, like I feel like no one talks and uses these kind of phrases and words anymore, but it's really cool. Vocals still sound very bold here, very fast and intense two-step in this song. The guitars and the vocals are the standout for this entire song and maybe this whole record. I think they sound really good. There's some nice riffing towards the end of the song, and then as they build up to the last breakdown, I'm very curious, would it deliver? And I thought it was kind of a by the books breakdown, nothing too special, and the song just kind of fades out, and it's just kind of like nothing too impressive. But overall, before the breakdown, the song's pretty good. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on this album from Your Spirit Dies. Overall, it's a pretty good album. I think it does the job pretty well of bringing back that 2000s metalcore style, and they put a little bit extra twang on it in terms of like making it heavier and sound a little bit cleaner on the production. Like the biggest thing I noticed here with the guitars were really impressive, really fun to listen to, quite interesting in terms of how they're playing and the skills and the patterns they were using. And then the vocals were just as good as the guitars, if not both of them contended for being the most impressive thing on here, because the vocals are very bold, very, very, very sharp, and just tough, but like not overdoing it and not underdoing it. For the most part, they're right in that right good area, but just sounding perfect. The drums sound really good when you could hear them because they were buried in the mix. I think like it was hard to hear them sometimes. And the bass surprisingly has a good groove throughout this whole album and everything. So like the musicianship is pretty interesting for the most part. I just think on the maybe the structures of the album itself in terms of like sequencing, that interlude really threw me off a bit. And I felt like it could have been at the beginning or at the end, and I think it would have been a better placing. And it's so short. It feels like it doesn't really serve a purpose that much. So if it got cut, it might have been just a better album altogether, or just a different placing. Mixing is pretty good for the most part and everything, minus the drums being a little buried. And yeah, so I think it's an overall good listen to, very solid EP from these guys. And so I would say this album is a nice 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, check out Your Spirit Dies down below, links and everything. I'm Matt from Diazable. Check out this video I got going on. I think I'm gonna put the video for my reaction to their Blizzard Sentience song. So yeah, thanks for coming on by. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and tell me how I'm doing. Bye.